Yes. So today I was in the mind of discussing some topics, some key areas. Some students have suggested me some topics too. So
Sir,
what
I
we'll
have
do-
shared one transcript.
Yes, Babu Bahan. I'll look at it. I'll look at it. Maybe immediately today, while on call, I'll not be able to clearly study them. So by tomorrow's session, I'll be able to get a better hold on the transcripts, and based on that, we can actually discuss some areas of high relevance for the interview. Okay, but before that, today I wanted to discuss on this the new penal codes that the Indian Parliament has enacted. Someone has suggested this topic to me. So there can be a possible question on the BNSS, okay, and how they have replaced the Indian Penal Code, CRPC, and Indian Evidence Act with the new acts. Okay, so on this particular topic, I'm expecting there might be a possible question. Okay, because there is some discussion ongoing on this, and in the next few days, there might be some articles in the newspapers too. So there might be a possible question here. So that's the reason why I wanted to phrase this question. Okay, so I just want to put across one question. So let me put across the question. Then after that, you can answer on those specific areas. Okay, the question might be of this fashion. The new penal codes that the Indian Parliament has enacted, are they substantially different from the earlier laws? And what are the major loopholes being pointed out in the said acts? Might be one possible question. So please try to answer this question. Are they substantially different from the previous laws? And along with that, okay, what are the main loopholes which are being identified in the new laws? Are the two parts to the question. So please try to answer this. Be specific, be short, and at the same time, try to use approaches like 1, 2, 3, ABC, okay, or short term, medium term, long term, whatever is suitable to the question. Try to use those things and then speak.
Sir, please repeat the first part of the question.
Are the new penal provisions substantially different from the earlier penal laws?
Thank you.
Yes. So someone wants to volunteer and speak on the said issue.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I'm audible?
Yes, you are audible, Alisha.
Yes, sir. Sir, the new penal code which was introduced, it is basically introduced to reform and modernize the aging criminal justice system of India. For example, BNS was replacing IPC, BNSS was replacing CRPC, and Bharatiya Saksha Act replacing the Indian Evidence Act. Okay.
Yes.
The next point is few additions are there. For example, organized crime, mob lynching, attempt to suicide. These are included, and few things are deleted, like offense of adultery and thug. These things are deleted. And sir, one welcoming step has been created, that community service was regarded as one of the punishment for the first time. And the definition of sedition was widened. That is, previously it was Rajadroha, currently it was Desadroha.
Okay.
Yes,
Good, Alisha.
sir. Yes.
Yes. Any more? Anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
Okay, Alisha. Decent enough answer. Now, civilian.
Yes, sir. These three new criminal justice systems, such as BNS, BNSS, and Bharatiya Saksha Adhiniyam, have replaced age-old British era criminal justice system. Mostly, these have tried to replace or rebrand certain criminal justice system. They have been introduced community services for petty crimes. Then there is provision for bails in case the accused has already spent 50% of the maximum sentence that can be added. Then definition of terrorism has been expanded. Sedition, even though has been put on hold for certain times, but most chances are that it will be retained. Then preventive detention is still there. On the con side, this has not integrated the demand of the present situation, such as integration of the modern technology, more stringent punishments, such as for cyber crimes or inclusion of artificial intelligence, and such advanced technology have not been incorporated in the laws. These are
Yes.
the concepts. And
Okay.
provision of digital evidence have been included for evidence purposes. These have been
Yes.
accepted as the proof
Okay.
as far with yes, sir.
Yes, civilian. See, you have done a decent job in answering the question, but one concern that I had is you should have classified the pros and cons clearly. So be very specific and clean about what are the pros, new things, and what are the cons of the given situation. Try to be a little clear. You don't jumble them up. Okay. So I'll give another candidate a chance. NP, please speak. NP.
Sir, can I speak? Everyone.
Yes, please go ahead, Bhagwan.
Sir, I see the new criminal laws which has been implemented is a paradigm shift in our current system, because it first of all it is symbolic. We changed the name to penal to nyaya. Yes, that earlier our colonial masters used to give punishment to us, but we are tending to give justice to our people. As a democratic nation, we are first giving justice to our people. Second one is that we have omitted several provision which is not in sync with modern times and liberty which is provided to society, and our several Supreme Court pronouncement also declared these are means not constitutional, like adultery, and some provisions of sedition is also deleted. Third, it will certainly decongest the judiciary system in our country. More than
yes.
Yes, more than 5 crores means nearly 5 crores cases pending. We are planning to provide means voluntary service or giving bail to all the prisoners who have served 1/3 of these said provisions. That's a more empowering and more modernistic in approach than previous laws.
Okay. Decent enough, Babruban. So, but any loopholes in the set provisions? Do you want to answer that part?
Yes, sir. Loopholes. First of all, I see the way in which the bills has been passed. There is little means the without any means proper discussion and debate in the parliament. The bill has been passed in just 4-5 days in the parliament. First of all, there is no proper discussion and debate. Second, how it will be implemented first. There means there is not all the stakeholders like judiciary and all the like police has not taken into confidence, means they have not been means given the in-hand training about that.
Yes.
And regarding the means it's merely seems like changing the numbers in the provisions and not any substantial means any like thing.
Yes, but don't use the same words contradictorily. Earlier you told that the penal to nyaya is a substantial change, but not changing the provisions. Don't use the same word. You there are some allegations that many of the provisions remain the same, but just they change the numbers. बोल के आप बोल दीजिए. But don't say that it is no substantial change का word मत use कर दीजिए वहाँ पे.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है ना? Okay, Bhagwan. Decent enough. Someone else wants to speak on the said issue? Someone else wants to attempt?
Sir, one comment that there is a provision that death penalty for gang rape of minors. Sir, but rape cannot be equated with death. We should approach a reformative form of justice.
Yes, yes.
One thing
So
we
that,
can say.
yes, we can say, yes, there are many things that we can speak about. Okay, definitely there are some phenomenal changes which have occurred. So, and it was a time for us to get done with the colonial era laws and move forward to the new age. So, as pointed out by the candidates very well, community service provisions. Okay, then along with that, simplifying the judicial proceedings. Okay, then using the bail provisions also is made more simple. So this way, in many respects, the new laws, they are far better than the previous ones. But at the same time, there are some limitations. One is, okay, maybe most of the candidates are talking about some loopholes, but some loopholes which have not been identified, I want to speak about it. The first loophole that has not been identified by the candidates here is the new penal provisions or the new codes. What they do is they substantially strengthen the position of the police, sir. Okay, police power for search and arrest, police powers to take people into custody, okay, without the permission of the judicial magistrate, how many days they can put people in police custody, they have been substantially enhanced. And one more is, as someone has pointed out, digital evidence can be collected, but the collection of digital evidence has a lot of problems of privacy. So there are some concerns of privacy is there. Strengthening police department vis-a-vis the other administrative wings, judiciary, and the people is the second problem. And the third major issue with respect to the new laws is, in the new laws, one important limitation or loophole is, as pointed out by someone, most of the provisions of the earlier laws have been reenacted, okay, by changing their numbers, and there was no provision of retrospective application in the new laws. Okay, because of which reason the old cases, they will be running on the basis of the old law code, and the new cases will run on the basis of new law code. This creates a lot of judicial complications. So these are the 3 to 4 areas that you can speak about in terms of limitations. So someone else wants to speak on this said issue, sir? Anyone else wants to speak? Yes. Anyone else want to put across their opinion? So if not, we'll move to the next question. Okay, so positives, negatives, both the dimensions you need to speak about. So this is one area that can be a possible question. So then apart from this, the second area that can be asked as a question is, so in fact, see, we are seeing that, so let's pick up one issue which is more simple, a case study based approach. Let's pick up one more area. So one more area that we can pick up with respect to case study based approach is, okay, so what are the main or what are the key areas that you want to focus upon if you are appointed as a district magistrate is one question that can possibly be asked. So if you want to, you can attempt that question's answer. Okay, what are the key areas that you would focus upon if you are appointed as a district magistrate is one possible question. 3 areas. Any 3 areas which you want to give your special focus to if you are appointed as a district magistrate is the question. This is a very simple and open-ended question. You have to put across your priorities very clearly. Please speak. I think who wants to speak? Tanmay, please go ahead and speak.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Tanmay.
As a district magistrate, the 3 areas that I want to work specifically are the medical sector, sir, health sector. The state of health in, sir, shall I means refer to a particular district, or shall I
be open-ended. Be open-ended. Be open-ended. You can speak
okay,
on any district. No problem. No need to specify any district, but you can refer to some things. Maybe why you want to focus on those areas. You can refer as example something.
So the first area I want to work in is the medical sector, the state of medical sector in Odisha, particularly in the backward districts like the KBK districts are very poor. The hello.
Yes, you're audible. Please go ahead. Are suddenly he got dropped from the call. There is some network issue. I think many candidates are getting regularly dropped off from the call and then they're being forced to rejoin. Tanmay, please
Hello.
continue.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Am I audible, sir?
You are clearly audible. Please speak.
Okay. The second area I want to work is the education sector, particularly the primary education. The third area I want to work is the agriculture sector.
Okay.
Implementation of various agricultural schemes. That would be better.
Okay. See, in answering this particular question, just I want to give one input. I'll give everyone a chance to speak. See, when you are identifying the areas, you need to be specific about why you are being passionate about the said area. Okay, so some kind of involvement should be there in the answer. Okay, sir. See, as he has pointed out, Tanmay has pointed out earlier, he was talking about health, education, and agriculture. So at that point of time, what you need to do, you need to specify the reasons for the same too. Sir, health. Okay, health is in fact a great limitation on human potential, sir. And I have seen that many people become completely helpless because of absence of health care. So because of which reason, in order to bring about any real kind of help to people, so what we need to do is we need to focus on the health sector. Education, because I strongly believe that education is the key to all human progress. That is the reason why I would be focusing on education. The third is agriculture, as majority of the population are dependent on agriculture and the state's help is needed in order to make agriculture profitable. So that is the reason why I'll opt for agriculture would be a better answer, far better answer. So think about it in these lines and try to answer in the same fashion. Okay? Please, someone else wants to speak?
Sir, can I
Hello,
speak?
sir.
Yes, one by one I'll give chance to everyone. Babrubahan, please go ahead.
Okay, sir. Sir, I will focus firstly on society and social sector. Since I belong to a medical profession, I will focus on health, means providing a healthy growth and development to society is the basic mandate of the state also, as per Article 47.
Yes.
And providing quality education is also a fundamental right for all the citizens as per Article 21. Along with that, I was also, since I belong to a district where communal tension is frequent in our district, so I will focus in society. I will promote social harmony through mutual cohesion. Secondly, I will focus on generating employment in the districts through industry and promoting more profitable agriculture. Thirdly, as a climate change is means imminent, we should also adopt a life-based approach as our PM has enunciated, lifestyle for environment, so that we also plan our policies taking into cognition with all the environmental experts.
Good. Good, Babrubahan. So one human development, one economic development, and one climate change issue. See, this is a free hit question. So in fact, you can answer the question on the basis of very diversified points. As many diversified points you include in your answer, so better the answer would be. Okay, so in fact, the attention to climate change, environment is something which is very good in Babrubahan's answer. So someone else wants to speak on the said issue? Aditya,
Hello,
please.
sir.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, sir. First, my as a DM, my priority will be firstly the security for the border security. As I am from a coastal district, so I should focus on the migration issue, particularly the Bangladesh migration. The second would be the sir, skill development. Skill development towards all, because particularly Make in Odisha program and the good governance policy focuses more on the skill development, so that it would develop from all sides: poverty, hunger, unemployment, so malnutrition, from everything, and make people more aware. And the third thing is, sir, environmental protection, because it gradually changes or hampers the climatic issue, following the rainfall issue, and also affects monsoon.
Okay.
So these three things I
Good
follow.
enough, decent enough, Aditya. But in the priority of the points, do you think that placing security, that too of illegal immigration, as the first point, would it sound good? I don't think so. I think in the priority of the points, okay, so 1, 2, 3, you can change the priority of the points. That would be better. If you want to say security, so you tell, okay, which includes national security also is one aspect of security, and illegal immigration is one major challenge. So maybe I will take it as a priority object, but don't state it as a very first point. That would not sound very good, is what I feel, Aditya. So if you are very insistent, you can continue. It's not a problem. But my opinion is, okay, a generalized opinion is putting security first is always not the right approach to any issue. So rather than put development first, then put environment first, and then give priority to security. That would be a better thing, I guess. Okay,
Okay,
Aditya?
sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Anyone else wants to speak?
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Hello.
please. Young monk can speak. Alisha, I'll give you a chance.
Yes, sir. Sir, for fasting, I would say that it is not mentioned in which district I am the DM. So depend on the district I am posted, I will plan as a district magistrate. My role is multidimensional, covering governance, law and order, development, welfare, everything.
Hmm.
So it's depend upon the which district they're
You're
asking.
being posted in.
So I want to add this point. Like everyone is saying every sector,
Yes.
I want to add this point.
Yes. See, one thing is, whenever this kind of open-ended question is given, so what you can say is, sir, first and foremost, I'm going to collect the statistics and data of the district. I will evaluate it, and based on that, I will plan my course of action, sir. Okay. Based on that, I will set my priorities. Also, would be a good addition, as he has pointed out, because maybe for every district, the problems might not be the same. Okay, first you add the point and finally say that, yes, sir. Okay, so, but some common problems which are present across the state of Odisha are these areas. So I want to address these areas also, would be the second step of the answer, would be that. That would be a better one. Good, young monk. So first I will collect the data. Okay, I will sit with the people, multiple stakeholders in the district, come to a conclusion on which are the areas of priority, and based on that I will start taking my decisions. Would be a good enough addition to the answer. Now, Alisha.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, as we all know that Odisha has a higher score in both IMR and MMR. My first focus should be to correct that part in the health sector, provide institutional delivery, prenatal, postnatal care to pregnant women, and children should get sufficient amount of healthy nutrition, as they are our demographic dividend of India and Odisha as well. So my first focus would be that. Second thing is, sir, I will try to make some developmental project based on one health concept, that is human health, environmental health, and animal health. These three factors are taken into mind, and then I will put some plan some developmental work. And third thing is, sir, agriculture. I will focus sustainable farming, crop diversification, etc.
Okay. Decent enough, Alisha. Good enough answer. Okay, so now someone else wants to speak. Civilian.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
There are certain problems in Odisha which are mostly prevailing in almost all districts, such as related to education, health, women empowerment, and agriculture. These are, and including that also climate issue. So first of all, addressing education issue, Odisha is lagging behind mostly from the national level, and dropout rate is very high as compared to national level. So we must need to work why the dropout is more in case of tribal areas, particularly tribal areas. So we need to work upon that. Some schemes have recently recommended by the government or started by government, such as Madhav Singh Hatha Kharcha scheme, which promotes tribal retainment of the tribal students in the secondary level. Then considering the health sector in the rural and hard to reach areas need to be addressed through various innovative approaches such as telemedicine, then mobile vans, and recently government of India has come up with the scheme Bhisma cube of healthcare. We can provide that to hard to reach areas. Then comes agriculture. Odisha still much more dependent than agriculture than national level. Odisha's share is 20% and employment is 46 above 46%. So we need to address that. In that case, we must incorporate technology such as AI and and data mining, and we can incorporate soil health card and also promote organic farming and agroclimatic based farming to incorporate climate resiliency. Then we come up with women empowerment. Women being the 50% population of our state, and it would be better if they participate more in the workforce. This is actually lagging because of the economic independence, and they are trapped in the care economy, which is unpaid and patriarchal society. We need to address that.
Good, civilian. It was a decent enough answer, but please work on the speaking speed of yours. You are a little fast. Okay, थोड़ा उस पे ध्यान दीजिए आप. Okay, so someone else wants to speak. Someone else wants to speak on the said issue, or all opinions put across already. So I think yes, I think the candidates were able to put across their opinions. Now let me pick up the next topic. So in fact, as pointed out earlier, one is don't just state the issues that you are going to focus upon. State the reasons behind. Second is, okay, as pointed out by, I think, Young Monk. So you please first try to say that depending on the district, I will be able to take the decisions. But across there are some problems which I will be talking about. बोल के वो addition करना भी ठीक है. और उसके साथ साथ थर्ड एरिया में आपको एक चीज डेवलपमेंट के ऊपर बोलना है, एक चीज क्लाइमेट के ऊपर बोलना है, एनवायरनमेंट और क्लाइमेट, और तीसरी चीज ओके मे बी वल्नरेबल सेक्शंस के बारे में आपको बात करना है. Okay, human development or economic development is one, environment is second, third is you speak about vulnerable sections. But if you are passionate about security, then you can speak about security too. But my idea is one vulnerable, one environmental aspect, and one economic or human development aspect. If you include, then it would show itself as a very good answer. Okay, so that is my suggestion on the said issue. Now shall we move to the next topic? I think it was high time for us to move to the next topic. So are they asking any questions on current affairs based on whatever transcripts have been asked till now? They're asking everything under the sky.
Sir, one thing they are asking that Odisha is a mineral rich state, but why it is still lagging behind in development sector?
Okay, so shall we take up that issue?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
even though we are blessed with a lot of mineral resources, why are we still lagging behind when compared to other states of India? Yes. So someone sent me one question. Is Odisha ever considered to be part of Bimaru? Because someone was asking that why is now Odisha not being considered as part of Bimaru? But when I searched online also, I did not find any evidence for Odisha being called as a Bimaru state at any point.
No, sir. Odisha is not in
Odisha was not never part of because it was Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and
Yes,
Uttar Pradesh.
yes. The mainly the Hindi belt. That's what. Okay, someone sent me this question. So that's the reason why I was putting across this question. Let's pick up this area. So even though Odisha is a mineral rich state, okay, why Odisha is not able to develop according to its natural resources? Natural resource capability के हिसाब से development क्यों नहीं हुआ? तो ये question है. Good question. Someone wants to answer this question?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Please.
first thing it would be the lacunas in technological development for exploration and excavation of the minerals. The second thing
Okay.
would be, sir, political crisis. Then, sir,
Okay.
okay. Then third thing will be, sir, on identification of the area due to lack in proper technology. That would be my
Okay.
answer, sir.
Aditya, the answer, it in fact looked a little like you are revolving around the same points. Just try to think more broadly, more openly. Okay, so our open-minded approach is required for this answer. Okay, try to be as broad
Okay.
as possible. Specify the reasons clearly. Okay, civilian, please speak.
Yes, sir. Odisha being blessed with so much of or endowed with so much of mineral resources, but Odisha has not explored to the potential what it has, because most of the industrial development have become capital intensive. These are not labor intensive, so employment generation is very less. That a capital intensive and a high end technology requires high skill power. Those skill development is poor in Odisha. Odisha has not worked so much for skill development. Recently, it is doing so. Then we are more of dependent on the exporting raw material based industries, and we are not processing them for further value addition. So value addition is lacking. We are not investing so much in R&D, as whole of India is also in same camp. So Odisha is also in the same case, not in so much of investment in R&D. Then Odisha is mostly mostly in the stage of hospitality industry, not mostly in the processing or manufacturing based industry. This is lacking one of the case Odisha.
Okay. Okay, civilian. Be
And sir,
specific.
one more thing, sir. We have
Yes.
not explored our coastlines. We have not developed so much of exclusive economic zones, EEZs, which could have promoted our industrial development. And coastlines and river-based transportation, we are lagging that aspect because of the
Okay.
most of the geographical constant also. East Flame rivers, so sedimentation is more, river navigation is less.
Okay, civilian. Decent enough. But you are a little too long. Try to identify just 3 core areas and try to put across them. Okay.
May I, sir?
Babruvahan, please speak.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, apart from what civilian mentioned, like lack of infrastructure and capital intensive, lack of skill development, I want to add that the tribal belts are mostly endowed with these resources. So they are not given due in the exploration or any employment opportunity in that area. They are merely seen as a displacement group which are displaced for the mineral exploration. So they are not empowered to have their say in the development process.
Okay. Babruvahan, the same thing that you have talked about, can we put it like a resource conflict?
Resource curse.
On yes, resource conflict because of resource curse, a resource curse leading to resource conflict based on the ownership, usability, displacement. All these aspects have converted into a security related challenge for Odisha, which is one of the major reasons for underdevelopment, is something that you can speak about, sir. Okay, so I'll give a chance to other candidates. Tanmay,
Hello.
please speak. Tanmay.
Despite Odisha being a mineral-rich state, sir, it lags behind on several developmental parameters. The reason being, we have the low industrial diversification, sir. We are only relying on specific. Sorry, we are relying specific on certain minerals, sir, for exploration, and we are focusing on steel and aluminium, and we are not diversifying.
Okay.
So the second thing is, sir, the governance and the inefficiencies in the governance and administration. That is the bureaucratic delays, the inefficient public service delivery, sir. And third, I want to put is the environmental concerns, sir. That is that we are heavily reliant on mining in the northern belt of Odisha. It has resulted, and also in the western part of Odisha. So it has led to environmental degradation, and like you said, it is the displacement, social unrest. The case we can take of Ocse, sir, that the South Korean steel company in Jagatsinghpur,
Yes, yes,
and
Vedanta.
yeah, Vedanta, sir,
Vedanta. Yes, Niyamgiri Hill. Okay,
and yes, sir.
decent enough. Tanmay, you are being up to mark. See, but in answering a question, what you need to do is always speak the keyword first, sir. तो क्या है आपका जब भी आंसर आप बात करते हैं ना उसमें कीवर्ड ज्यादा होना चाहिए. तो कीवर्ड से क्या होता है, लिसनर को यू विल हुक द लिसनर. Try to always put more keywords in your answer. So whatever you are explaining, it is going to take more time, and maybe the listener might not be interested for such a long time. Try to speak in terms of keywords. Put across the keyword and then try to explain it. I think that would be
Okay,
better.
sir.
Yes, so not just for you, for everyone else also I'm telling the same thing, because just try to understand this. The same question, if it is put across to me, what I will do is I'll use very beautiful words. Like one is I'll say, so despite of the resources we are underdeveloped, maybe because this is because of the problems like resource cuts. Wherever resources are there, then there will be conflicts, social unrest, security related challenges, which have occupied Odisha's uh, focus for much of the time, leaving very little to focus on development. That is the first point. Second area that I will speak about is what I will say that, sir, even though the resources are being extracted in Odisha, the value addition, okay, is not happening in Odisha, and most of the high value economic activities are based on value addition to the products, which is not happening here. So that might be the second reason. And the third reason is, okay, whenever there is resource extraction, if the same resources are in fact utilized in the region, then there will be associated skill development, but the skill development is not happening here. So these are the three main reasons that I can identify is something that you can say. Then along with that, whenever you are talking about administrative lacunae, okay, so try to remember this very clearly. Most of the board members who will be sitting on the board, they themselves might be administrators. So stating it directly to their face that you people have failed us is not such a good idea, sir. My suggestion would be, if you don't speak about it, if you want to speak, because once you join into administration, you will get to know that despite of numerous challenges, they did what they had to do. Okay, so please don't speak about the administrative lacuna. Rather than that, okay, so you speak about the policy decisions. You talk about the political will. Absence of political will is a very good term. Don't charge the administrators, because administrators are like postmen. Okay, whatever political will is present, they will translate it into reality. But if the political will itself is lacking, then they can do very little, sir. So that is the reason why you put the blame on lack of political will. Okay, or wrong policy decisions you say, but don't say that administration failure. That is a very strong word. Okay, so think about this answer, sir, in these lines. Someone else who wants to speak?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hello, sir.
please. A wants to
Let's start.
speak. Who is speaking? Monk, please go ahead.
Sir, can we use the term?
What Tanmay?
One at a time. Young Monk.
Okay, so I would like to add the point that you mentioned that Tanmay bhai said, like regarding bureaucratic issue. It can be more specific, like delay in land acquisition, environmental clearance. That can be better, I think.
Yes.
It will
Rather than saying
bypass the
administrative failure. Yes. Yes, yes, young Monk.
Yes. So
Decent.
in this question, I can answer this question by making subpart, like historically with governance issue and with some historically, I will say that Britishers exploited us in post-independent. We didn't get investment like other state, Maharashtra, Gujarat get. Then in environmental issue field, I can say that like we are more prone to disaster. Uh, that is the main cause of who is acting as a hindrance to our development. And socio-economic issues, it is like we are having tribal populations. and they are dependent on those areas,
Yes.
those who have mineral rich
Yes,
areas.
yes, yes. Young Monk has
Sir,
highlighted one important area. I'll give a chance, Aditya. Just a second. A also wants to speak. One at a time.
sir,
I'll give a chance.
sir,
Just
we
a second.
must,
Yes,
sir,
please.
we must focus towards the manufacturing sector particularly. Sir, as Odisha have various minerals, and it is among the India's topmost mineral resource country. But Odisha providing raw material only, particularly
Yes.
exporting raw material. But if there is a manufacturing sector, then there should be employment generation, particularly which directly impact the growth of Odisha particularly.
Good. A decent. Aditya, please speak
Yes,
over.
sir. Sir, one thing I would like to add is here no budgetary provision for the mineral exploration have been made, no budgetary funding. And the second thing, I think the cultural hamperness due to the mining exploration, because we have to secure first the environmental impact assessment (EIA).
Mhm.
So
Okay.
please tell these two things, sir.
Okay. So what you're saying is your second point I did not get, Aditya, clearly. I mean, is it delaying the process of mineral extraction?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To make because mineral exploration will make the environment so polluted.
Mhm.
So though sometimes there are very diverse cultures related to festivals in the tribal area because around 40% belong to the scheduled tribe peoples. So I think it might destroy their traditional and cultural festivals if we extract the minerals on that area using drones. So that.
Okay, okay, Aditya. Understood your point. Tanmay, you want to say something? Add something to the discussion? So if not, let me put it across this way. We can why even though there are minerals, but there is no proportionate development in Odisha according to its mineral resources. So I think based on the discussion that we had, first is we can talk about resource curse. Second is you can speak about lack of value addition, and the third is you can talk about the third area that you can speak about is the third area that you can speak about is you can talk about this particular thing like yes, okay, the tribal population in the state, the socio-economic factors. So might be the third area. These are the three areas that you need to focus upon, sir. So socio-economic factors.
Can
Uh,
I?
yes,
Yes.
please, civilian.
Sir, one more thing is that for around 20 to 25 years, Odisha reeled under the influence of left-wing extremism.
Yes,
That
yes.
also led hurdle to the investment as well as infrastructure development.
That's what resource कर्ज में आपको नक्सलिज्म को लाना है, sir. Definitely, because without any discussion on Naxalism, mineral development, okay, and Naxalism, these three are in fact synonymous words almost in Odisha. Okay, so you have to use these three words. Yes.
And sir, another thing was, as you said, can we use the term bureaucratic red tapeism or bureaucratic apathy, or we should simply say regulatory complexity?
Regulatory complexity is a better word, sir. Don't
Yes,
charge the bureaucrats with anything. Okay.
because
So in
initially,
interview setting, at least you should be a little careful about these words.
actually, in those time, single window clearance were not there.
Yes.
So it took too much time to approval of a project, such as
And
POSCO. POSCO
yes.
left Odisha because of only complexity in the bureaucracy and rules of land acquisition and all that thing.
Yes. 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 Very true. Very true. You can talk about it. Regulatory complexity is some word that you can use. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's one area that we had a decent enough discussion on. So then, any other question, any other specific area that you want to discuss about? Any specific area?
Sir, Dadan issue.
Tadan issue. Okay. So even though there is no question here, but we can speak about it, sir. Okay, we can speak about it. So
Sir,
how to regulate this practice of dadan and how to empower the labor can be one possible dimension of a question here. So one possible dimension, you are talking about the advances being paid to the labor, and after that they are being taken from one place to another. That is the issue that you are talking about, right, Dadan?
Yes, sir.
Labor migration, sir. Labor
Labor
migration.
migration. Yes. Labor out migration. So then उसके साथ साथ में dadan practice, how to regulate the outflowing labor from Odisha, and how can we in fact stop the exploitation of this labor is one good area that can be part of a question in interview. So that's the reason why, let me put it across this way. Let me rephrase my question. Is there a requirement to regulate the outflow of labor from Odisha? If there is a need for regulation, what kind of a regulation needs to be done is the second part of the question.
Sir, particularly, sir, labor death particularly occurs mostly in outside India and particularly in South India particularly. So, sir, that's a major issue.
Yes. So labor death is one problem, but my question is very clear, sir. What is my question? Is there a requirement to regulate the labor outflow from Odisha? And if there is a need for regulation, what kind of regulation is required? Is there a need to regulate the outflow of labor from Odisha? If there is a need, then what kind of regulation is required is the question.
Sir,
yes, sir.
sir, can I speak?
Babu Bahan, please speak.
Yes.
Sir, we need definitely we need a labor regulation from Odisha, because the laborers which are going outside are more of low skilled, and they are being exploited there for few they are not getting the minimum wage there. They are also having their children face learning poverty gap. They are also given inhuman treatment there. So it should be regulated first. And what kind of regulation means? We should have a interstate approach like this. We should have coordination with the other states, that how much labors are going and what are their conditions there. And secondly, we should focus on infrastructure development, more industrialization and multi-cropping in our state itself, so that labor migration can be limited. And thirdly, we must focus on skilling them so that they can get a decent job where they can earn a decent income. So in order to maintain the minimum needs of their family.
Decent enough, Babu Bahan. Okay, good enough. Your regulation was good. Interstate coordination, and you are talking about skilling, and you are also talking about industrialization within the state and multi-cropping, so that there is no need for out-migration. Good enough, Babu Bahan. Civilian?
Sir, I have a doubt whether I should contain my answer to regulation related or measures to stop my out migration.
See, you can make the answer two-part. Firstly, what is the need for regulation? Secondly, what kind of regulation is required? Okay, so I'll give Aditya a chance to speak. Then after that, you can reformulate your answer. Aditya?
Yes, sir. Sir, the first thing would be the different piece rate system. That is the different wages for the different skill labor system. So and simultaneously we have to increase the labor wages regarding the 21st century situation. The second thing would be government should be focusing on the demographic dividend rising, because we have to increase the demographic dividend status. The third thing, yes, sir.
Yes.
Then
Aditya,
the
you are
third
being
thing,
too broad. You need to be a little specific in your answer. थोड़ा और स्पेसिफिक करने के लिए ट्राई कर लीजिए. आप मिनिमम वेज बोल रहे हैं लेकिन बहुत ब्रॉड है, तो उसके वास्ते आपको क्या करना है, बिकॉज लेबर इज गोइंग आउट फ्रॉम द स्टेट. So
yes, sir,
how can we
Sir, due to the problem in wages, because for to earn the more income and so they are getting outstate, and also the brain drain function also happens because
Okay.
due yes sir, that is the fast issue, brain drain issue, because to make the more money earn. The second thing, sir, yes, demographic dividend, because we have to increase our both uh, primary, secondary, quaternary sector as well as quinary sector, both.
Okay. Got your
Sir.
point, Aditya. Yes. So someone else wants to.
Sir, there is already a regulation, particularly with respect to the labor in Odisha. Sir, so my first step is focusing on the skill development in Odisha, so that employment is generated in Odisha only. And sir, second thing is the states where the laborers are migrating, particularly India, Odisha should collaborate with them and make a regulation particularly for them.
Okay. So coordination, skill development, and industrialization. That's what you are saying.
Yes, sir.
Civilian.
Coordination with the state from where Odisha migrant workers are migrating.
Yes. Yes. Good enough. Civilian.
Yes, sir. Considering the out migration of labor, particularly we have migration from low skilled, skilled, and unskilled labor. If they are skilled and they are opting for white collar jobs, so it's actually we can't do much more because they offer a better career option. But when we consider mostly bonded labor system, that is unskilled and a low skilled labor, in that case we can have a regulation, strict regulation for that, because they are facing very inhuman condition in wherever they are working. In that case, we must consult the state concerned, and we should have a help desk, first point of contact, so that any mishap or mistreatment happening to them, they can be reported easily. Then we must have reverse policies for reverse migration, so that they don't go outside the states, so that they could be accommodated here in terms of gainful employment. For that, we need to have expand our MSME. We need to provide them schemes such as skill development, so that they could be well equipped for the employment. Then we could provide them employment through small businesses like Swanidhi schemes, PM Swanidhi scheme. So these are the steps which we could adopt, and for that, financial constraint is a major issue, and for which we are providing loans under Mudra schemes, as you said, PM Swanidhi scheme. So it would be beneficial for that.
Okay. Okay, civilian. Your answer was good. It was more organized. In fact, you classified the labor into skilled, semi-skilled, and unskilled labor. So in unskilled and semi-skilled labor, there is a brutal exploitation. We all are hearing to the stories of the exploitation of labor. Okay, there are many issues there. That's the reason why there is need for regulation. Interstate coordination is one. And at the same time, educating the labor about their rights is something that has to be done, sir. First and foremost, my point of view, educating the labor about their rights in whichever state they go to is the first part of the process. Maintaining a record of all the labor who are out migrating from Odisha, the place of their destination, is the second thing that we can do. Third is we can provide them a toll-free number. Okay, so and the toll-free number should be managed by the Odisha government. If there is some untoward incident which happens to them in such particular state, immediately they can reach out to the toll-free number, and through that we can provide some support services to the labor. Because recently I've seen one incident where one labor from Odisha, he in fact went to Hyderabad for some employment. Because of his old age, when he was not employed, he walked back from Hyderabad to Odisha. This has come in national news too. I think you might have seen it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
So,
sir. Yes, sir.
There is actually portal. Actually, I forgot to name that Parishram portal. So they register there actually. So we have to create awareness about that. Most of the laborers don't know even that.
yes, that's what. First and foremost, educate them. Then at the same time, we should conduct a crackdown on all the illegal labor contractors. Okay, the labor contractors should be regulated first, because they're using the practices like Dadan in order to take the labor under bondage, use violence or threat of violence in order to target them. So that is the reason why crackdown of labor contractors is also very, very important for us to, in fact, provide better rights to the labor, educate them, empower them about their rights. Second is maintain a registry. Third is provide them a toll-free number. Fourth is crack down on the labor contractors. And fifth is try to provide skill development and industrialization within the state. Okay, skill development, even though if they migrate outside, they will be getting gainful employment in the places of migration. And industrialization can, in fact, to a certain extent, limit the out migration from the state. So if we do all these 5 steps, then automatically the position of labor, it is going to improve. So you can answer this question by saying that there is a 5-pronged approach to this issue. So these are the 5 areas that I am going to focus on. That would be a better answer, sir. थोड़ा मुझे और पैशन दिखना चाहिए सर आप लोगों में, तो थोड़ा और इन्वॉल्वमेंट दिखना चाहिए और इश्यू को उसका नेसेसरी वेटेज से आप एड्रेस कर लीजिए सर. इज इट फाइन? आई होप सो दैट माय आंसर माइट हैव in fact some new dimensions it might have opened. Someone else wants to speak on the said issue? Someone else wants to speak? Civilian.
Sir, can we say that the scope of MG Narega that needs to be expanded for more days to avoid seasonal migration?
Yes, that can be a point. Maybe what we can do is expanding the work days in some blocks from there. This kind of what is it called as, sir?
Distress migration.
Distress migration, yes. Wherever there are some blocks in the state where there is distress migration, in those areas we can give some expanded time under Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. That is also one important one, but don't make it across the state, because in the bureaucratic circles also there is some element of negativity towards the Narega scheme. So identify some blocks where there is distress migration, seasonal distress migration, and in those areas provide some additional days of work would be a good enough answer, civilian. Okay, any other? Any other suggestion here?
Hello, sir.
Tell me. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Talk about international migration, like most of the migrant to Middle East countries.
Yes.
We have not talked about this.
Yes. That is also one important area. So I was just focusing on internal migration within India. Yes, sir.
Okay. Plumbing capital. Most of the people from Patamundi of Kendrapada, they're working in South Middle East as a plumbers, and they face issue while returning after death or something like that. We could add this dimension also.
Yes. See, in fact, in Saudi Arabia and other countries, recently there was one. Just I wanted to add this. There was one good new movie on the same, right? The Goat Life Bolke. How the migrants are exploited, Indian migrants particularly in Saudi Arabia and Middle East, how they are exploited. There was one very good movie on that.
Yes.
Donkey movie.
Which one?
Donkey se शायद वो शाहरुख खान वाला.
How
they illegally cross the border,
migrate and stuff. So what you can say is, particularly in these areas of international migration, so definitely maintaining a register of all. See, the solutions are exactly the same. Internal migrants को जो solutions रहता है, international migrants को भी वही solutions हम लोग बोल सकते हैं. लेकिन उसके साथ साथ में, okay, what we can add is, here we are talking about interstate coordination, right? So there what we can do is, we can in fact discuss about international cooperation and coordination. That is what we can say. International coordination and cooperation is something that we can speak about there.
Actually, we have a registration with Minister of External Affairs.
Yes.
Minister of External Affairs, and those which agents are registered with the government, they should prefer to go through them only.
Yes, that is very true. And at the same time, there was one system at one point of time called Kafila system. Kafila system बोल के कुछ system था Saudi Arabia. Which one, sir?
LA.
No, you are unaudible. Which one, sir?
Kafala system. Kafala system.
Kafala. Yes. So Kafala system. So that is one system that you can speak about. So registered labor contractors through जाना बहुत सही रहेगा कभी भी. और उसके साथ साथ में the Indian embassy also in Saudi Arabia or other countries can conduct regular visits or an outreach program they can conduct for the labor who are working there. So there should be some kind of coordination with the embassy of India. Embassy also should conduct some programs for welfare of Indian immigrants there. So these are some steps that we can talk about, sir. I think that would be a good answer.
Sir, can we quote an example? Recently, it was new in news that in the country of Thailand, Myanmar, and some other Southeast Asian countries, the Indian low-skilled laborers were lured for the jobs, and they were confined in a building, and they were bound to do some what we call it illegal activities, for ransoms and attacks, cyber attacks like this events were in news.
Yes, we can quote it. We can quote it. Not much of a problem, but it depends on how the question is asked. तो कैसे क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं उसके हिसाब से आप लोग बात कर सकते हैं सर. मेरे हिसाब से ये क्वेश्चन का डिस्कशन ठीक से हो गया. सो ददन सिस्टम का रेगुलेशन भी इसी के साथ में आपको आप आंसर कर सकते हैं उसका भी. लेबर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बिकॉज ददन इज लेबर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बेस्ड ऑन एन एडवांस. सो क्रैकडाउन मेक ऑल लेबर कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स रजिस्टर देमसेल्व्स. ओके देन उसके साथ साथ में one more thing that we can do is if the formal lending mechanism of the government is more efficient, then people will not depend on these kind of private lenders, okay, who show money as a lure in order to get the labor into a contract. So the formal lending system should extend properly. That is one thing that we can speak about, sir, additionally, particularly with respect to Dada. Okay, so I think.
Sir, can we add one more thing?
Yes, please, sir. Yeah.
Sir, the government should focus on capital investment so that it would create the maximum jobs in both manufacturing and service sector.
Yes, very true. So you can talk about it. It's not much of a problem. So investments यही पे होना चाहिए, so that the people will get their due here without the need to migrate outside. That
mostly
is very
labor intensive sectors mostly.
Yes, MSME, lending money, small businesses, as someone has pointed out. Some people have given very good points on this issue. Okay, so I think this topic has been discussed enough. Is there any possibility of a question on Manipur, sir? आप लोग क्या सोच रहे हैं कि पूछ सकते कि नहीं मणिपुर का issue?
Yes, they can ask anything, sir.
They are asking Manipur issue.
So they are asking Manipur issue. So shall we make it the last topic of discussion for today? Okay, so we'll discuss this question. What is the cause of the social unrest in Manipur, and what are the possible solutions? Two-part question. What is the cause for the social unrest in Manipur? What is the solution for the problem?
Sir,
yes.
Can I speak?
Yes, please, Babu Bahan.
Sir, the cause first, there is a judgment and there is a comment from a judge in Manipur High Court that metis should be provided reservation.
Yes.
Which is a executive function, but just a comment is flared upon a protest. Then the Manipur violence and lockdown, everything took place. There's a conflict between metis, which is living in plain area, but they have a decent amount of population there, and the cookies which are living in hilly areas, they have given ST status, but metis are not given an ST status. Simultaneously, second one is the coup in Myanmar has led to flow of migrant into Manipur, which is also create a social tension there. Secondly, the police at the first hand has not handled the situation properly, and then the social division in the police also have occurred. So the weapons also has been distributed in both the groups. That's
very good. Yes, Babu, very good answer. So you have identified the root cause is with respect to the reservations to the metis, which is in fact considered as the reservation is considered as a privilege for the cookies, Once it is extended to the Metis, there started some protest. Second is with respect to immigration, demographic changes in the state of Manipur because of migration, which is some legal, some illegal migration, some from different states, some from across the border from Manipur, from Myanmar. And the third is with respect to availability of arms to the people. Along with that, the social divisions of the society are also replicated in the social divisions in the police, and the people lost trust on the institutions of the state. Good, very good answer, Babrubahan, till now. So first identify the problem, sir. Okay, then we go to the solution. Someone else wants to speak on the said issue? Someone else wants to speak on why is there social unrest in Manipur currently?
Sir, can you add some deep state actor of outside India? They are acting, they're instigating the matter.
Which one, sir? I didn't get your question, Engmong. Please repeat yourself.
Can we add like a deep state actor of other country?
Okay.
They're instigating the matter for the
for their own
interference of
political
external
benefits.
countries.
Yes. So you can always, whenever it comes to Northeast India, because it is a border state, automatically there is an unsaid angle of external instigation for the issue. Okay, because right now, in the previous 3 days, we have seen that they are using drones, they are using rockets, okay, which are not available to the civilian population. Definitely, there is some work of insurgents, and some extra or some external state actors also might have had some role in it. There are allegations about the same too. You can add that dimension too. Yes, most definitely. Yes, someone else wants to speak. Civilian.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, Manipur issue is more of a ethnic class between two ethnic groups, that is Meitei and Kuki, and that is because of the demographic disturbance. Most of the areas Meitei people are living. The population is high of Meitei people, but they are constant to very limited area in valley regions only. However, the Kuki population, even though they are less in number, but they have administrative or we can say that legislative support with them that provide them better access to areas in hilly regions. So this is one of the regions which started issue. Then there is a demand of a scheduled tribe for the Meitei community, which is also creating disturbance in the state. There is infiltration from nearby Myanmar region, which actually disturb the demography in that region. And there is influence of the non-state and external state actors, which are providing fueling the instances of the violence in there. These are the reasons.
Yes, good enough, civilian. I think you people have identified the issues clearly. Aditya, please speak.
Yes, sir. Sir, in my opinion, the first thing is increasing the insurgency and refugee flows. So that would create the violent ethnic conflict. The second would be, sir, there is no communal harmony amongst the different groups. No communal harmony.
Okay. So absence of communal harmony, illegal immigration are the two
Illegal.
main areas. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Decent enough, Aditya. Decent enough. But just observe the other candidates while they are speaking. They are trying to elaborate a little, trying to dig the issue a little more deeply and identifying the core areas. Okay. So try to do that. A little more depth is required in answering interview type questions, Aditya. So that's the reason why I try to dig a little more deeper. When is your interview, by the way? Is it a little late?
Sir, 30th. Yes, sir.
30th. So then you have
30th.
time.
Yes, sir.
Time. So please dig a little deeper. You'll be able to find more dimensions, and you have to state them in the interview. Okay? Because interview, in some respects, on particular issues, they expect some more depth understanding. Okay? So please try to work on it. Okay? So any others who wants to speak? Tanmay or our dear friend Babrubahan, I think he has put across his point.
Dog issue we can add.
Monk?
Drug, closest to
drug, yes. See,
Golden
in
Triangle.
fact, नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया में जब भी हम लोग बात करेंगे, हम लोग डेफिनेटली वी हैव टू फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंड दैट इट इज अ फ्रंटियर स्टेट और इट इज अ बॉर्डर स्टेट sharing its boundary with a very unstable country like Myanmar. There are ethnic linkages between both the geographical regions, which leads to people to people contacts and migration. और उसके साथ साथ में there is also the angle of drugs, weapons, insurgency, support of external state actors. So all of these will add further to the mixture. Then उनके साथ साथ में inter-tribal conflicts, inter-ethnic conflicts is one more dimension. So I'm just identifying the broad area, sir. Then उनके साथ साथ में, so right now, okay, so in the northeast states, getting the tribal identity from the state is a kind of privilege for the community. Okay, it's not like the other way around as in other states, but in northeast India, getting the tribal privilege will provide you access to government resources, funds, government positions. उसके साथ साथ में it also gives you access to some restricted geographical regions too. Because of which reason the tag of scheduled tribe is very, very important for the Métis, which the Kukis doesn't want to share with the Métis population. Okay, so I think you are getting the broad dimensions of the issue. So based on this, you will be able to answer the question decently well. Yes,
Sir, sir, actually, is there any inner line of permit issue in Manipur also? Actually, I'm not remembering.
ILP is there in yes, Manipur. Recently, it got extended to Manipur, sir. 2019, if I remember.
Yes, sir.
It is there in Manipur. Yes, that is the reason why access also gets restricted, whether based on whether you are a scheduled tribe or not. Okay. Any other?
Sir, one thing we can add that Maitis are dominant in population and political representation. They are already classified under SC and OBC status, and still they are demanding for ST reservation. So there is a fear of dominance between the dominance of Meitei tribe among the hilly
tribes.
Kuki, yes, sir, Kuki tribes.
Yes. That's what reservation is a privilege in their community. That's the reason why it is leading to such conflicts. Okay. I think you got the point here. So, any other question? Any other question on this particular area? So, shall we go to the solutions? What kind of solutions are feasible here? So, how can we resolve the issue? Please make it quick.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Baburban.
Sir, first of all, we should seize the arms which is available. First of all, we see it is a security challenge. And first of all, we do combing operations so that all the arms which are with civilian can be seized at first attempt. And along with that, there is no further supply through intelligence network. We should prevent the supply of arms to them. And after that, we should look at the political solution rather than any knee-jerk reflex. Definitely, this incident will take time. We are not going to have a solution within 1, 2, 3 months because in northeast region there is always a tussle of tribal groups for their superiority. We should have a debate, discussion, and deliberation. So, and opening the channels between them is important through political discussion only.
So, what you're saying is first crack down on the arms possession, because I myself was surprised. Okay, when one community is using against the other community drones, missiles, okay, which are very advanced weapons. So, first crack down on the weapons. Very good. Second one is stop more weapons from coming inside. Then the third is try to find a lasting political solution. That is going to take time. Okay, but you could have added more dimensions to Baburwan. Civilian, please.
Hello.
Yes, sir. First of all, we should have a interstate coordination operation with Myanmar because we have a 15-kilometer both side entry permission. I think that we need to focus upon. We should have a better intelligence service. intel input. We should have better intel input of the incidences that are going to happen. We should have better regulation on internet services. Then we should promote peace accords such as we were already successful in Assam between different ethnic groups. We should focus upon that. We should we should have a provision for better representation from both community, because there is a asymmetry in the representation which is creating problem actually. So they should have a better representation. And furthermore, we should stop demography disturbance, because in migration or infiltration is creating more and more problem. Yes,
Very
sir.
good, civilian. Good answer. Good answer, civilian. You are very specific and clear and clean in the answer. Good. So someone else?
So, sir, may I, sir?
Please. I don't know who is speaking.
Sir, Tanmay, sir.
Tanmay, please.
Okay. So the various steps that can be taken is that peace talks can be taken, sir, like that in Mizoram and Nagaland issues. Various stakeholders approach can be taken up, like among the between center, the government of Manipur, and the local tribes. And sir, trust with the police and the security forces should be enhanced. Like the trust with the Assam rifles have
Diminished.
and all have diminished. So that needs to be strengthened. And the security issues, like the area is called the Golden Triangle, sir. That the smuggling of drugs and weapons.
It's not the area, but it is nearby to the Golden Triangle.
Nearby, yes.
Okay.
So that has to be, the security lapses has to be addressed.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So neutral outside forces, that is one good point that he has talked about. So it is better to deploy neutral outside forces rather than employing Assam rifles on which the people have lost trust. And at the same time, so shall we talk about the elephant in the room, that political will is also required on the other side, because this is one thing that needs to be stated, sir. Okay, political will is required in order to resolve the problem in the long run. Right now,
Prime
for
Minister,
yes,
Prime
not
Minister
just
should have a, the leader should, prominent leader of the country should once visit and have a stakeholder approach, and should consult the local tribes to calm down the situation.
Rather than directly pointing the finger at the Prime Minister, what we can say is, sir, there is requirement of political will to resolve the issue from the highest places. Political will should be present. Yes.
Sir, one more thing, India did a mistake, was that we completely shunt our communication with Myanmar after the overthrow of the democratically elected government by the military junta. So that was a mistake we did actually.
We didn't shun. Actually, in 1970s we did that. When Aung San Suu Kyi's father was killed, at that point of time, 1960s, 70s, में हम लोग किया था. Abhi we are
now,
engaging
sir,
with Myanmar.
Actually, right now it is India is starting to do that engaging, but in the meantime, India almost somewhat did not communicate well with the military junta government.
Yes. There are many factors behind this. Rather than trying to say that engaging or coordination with Myanmar is a good point, sir. But we didn't stop our engagement, because in 1960s we did that mistake. Now what Indian government is doing is, it is constructively engaging with even the military junta government too, sir. There is no doubt about it. We don't want Myanmar to completely fall into the Chinese axis. So we are engaging with them. There is no doubt about it. So what we need to say is, more constructive engagement is one statement that we can make. But more importantly, say, if you want to answer a question, okay, and while you are answering a question, if you want to speak something about politics, use the word political will. Okay, political will and displayable action from the highest of officers will build the trust in the people. And if trust is present, then automatically peace can be restored, sir. तो ऐसे आप बात कर सकते सर, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा.
Sir, okay. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, along with this, the community stratification regarding the fundamental needs, that means food, cloth, and shelter, that should be fulfilled first, because this will create more consultative engagement regarding their establishment and settlement in that region. So, community stratification regarding fundamental needs should be fulfilled fast.
Okay, so there is some yes, some cookies are complaining that their basic needs are not being fulfilled. Actually, this is a decent enough point. So the government should first take effective steps in order to meet all the basic needs of people, and then after that, okay, political engagement, political will from the highest level, engagement between different communities, confidence building measures, deploying a neutral force, disarming the people, okay, closing the border more effectively, engaging with Myanmar. Okay, so all of these things we can add to the mix of the answer, sir. So, and you will be able to give a decent enough answer. Civilian, please.
Sir, actually, Manipur, I'm not exactly remembering. Is it under sixth schedule or not, sir?
Sixth
It is not,
schedule
I
may
think.
AM TM. Okay,
I think
Manipur,
it is not.
Assam,
Some,
No,
Meghalaya,
sir.
Tripura,
Mizoram.
and what is the
Manipur
last
is
one? Mizoram.
No, sir. No, sir.
Manipur is not in sixth schedule, but
So
ILP
that
is
is,
there in Manipur. That I am sure
they're
of.
actually, they are actually demanding one thing, the autonomous district council, like the
Yes, yes.
civil state. They are actually demanding that more
The
autonomy in
cookies
them.
are demanding it
Yes, sir,
because
cookies.
because the scheduled tribe status has been given to the Metis. They are demanding sixth schedule, so that these people will not be able to dominate them in their own ADCs. There is some severe political issues which are going on, sir. But I think we have addressed the topic broadly. I think I have identified the main areas. But while answering, remember one thing, sir. Keyword first. More effective communication, better marks, sir. Even though you have good points, try to focus on your communication, how you are speaking, how you are putting across your points. Okay, add some element of passion into your answer that will give you better marks. Okay, these areas you work upon. So on this note, let's call it a day. So is it fine if we conduct the sessions 2 days once, or what is the general opinion in the group?
Yes, sir, 2 days once. It's okay.
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes, sir. It should be continued at least 2 to 3 days.
Definitely I'm going to continue it. But the thing is, because of some commitments that I have here in, I have come back to my hometown, because of which reason I could not conduct the. Do you want regular sessions like every day? Is it required, or 2 days once is also sufficient, sir?
2 days once
So
is
2
okay.
Sir,
days,
particularly,
2 days is
yes,
sufficient.
sir. In 2 to 3 days, sir, the major current areas will be covered.
Yes, that
Major
surely will be
then
done.
Bangladesh issue. Yes,
Yes.
yes, sir.
So that surely will be done. So what you people can do is any specific areas that you people want a discussion on, you can message them to me and keep posting the transcripts to me, or otherwise add me to any one such group where the transcripts are being posted. You can refer me there so that I'll be able to look at the transcripts. Or better, you send the transcripts to me, sir. I can make the discussion more engaging. Okay. So then उसके साथ साथ में कुछ 8 बजे ही करना है क्या? 7 बजे भी कर सकते हैं ना?
Not an
Yes,
issue.
sir. It
7
is adjustable. That is not an issue.
Okay, 7 or 8 between these 2 hours I will conduct every day.
Sir, it will
Okay,
be 7. 7.
7. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. So on this note, let's call it a day. Good night, everyone. So I'll post the recording also in the group. Good responses, everyone. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.